The discovery of the sketchbook changed everything. Although Kemi tried to convince herself that the drawings meant nothing, she could not stop thinking about them. Every time she looked at her son, the images returned to her mind. Questions she had been avoiding were becoming harder to ignore. For the first time since the investigation began, she found herself wondering if there were things about JIDE she didn't know. Bayo noticed the change in his wife immediately. She was quieter than usual and often seemed lost in thought. Their conversations became shorter, and an uncomfortable tension settled over the house. The pressure from the outside world wasn't helping. News outlets continued to cover the case. Social media users debated JIDE's guilt every day. Some people insisted he was innocent. Others had already convicted him in their minds. As the investigation intensified, Bayo began reviewing every detail of the case himself. He searched for anything that could help explain how his son had become the prime suspect. Instead, he uncovered a secret he had spent years trying to forget. It was a secret buried deep within his own family history. Many years earlier, Bayo's father had been feared throughout his community. He had a reputation for violence and was involved in numerous criminal activities. There had even been rumors linking him to a killing, though no charges were ever proven. Growing up, Bayo had witnessed things no child should see. Arguments that turned violent. Threats that were taken seriously. A household ruled by fear. When he became an adult, he made a promise to himself. He would build a different life. He would distance himself from his father's legacy and never allow that darkness to affect his own family. Over the years, he rarely spoke about his father. In fact, JIDE knew almost nothing about his grandfather. But now, as he sat alone reviewing old records and memories, a disturbing thought entered his mind. What if the past wasn't as far away as he believed? What if some things could not be escaped? The idea troubled him deeply. He wasn't a scientist, and he knew violence wasn't simply inherited. Yet the timing of everything made it difficult to dismiss the thought entirely. His father had been violent. Now his son was being accused of murder. The connection was impossible to ignore. Meanwhile, Kemi continued to struggle with her own doubts. One evening, she found herself standing outside JIDE's bedroom door. She listened quietly. Inside, she could hear him moving around, drawing, just as he always had. For a moment, she remembered the little boy she had raised. The child who loved cartoons, begged for snacks after school, and spent hours sketching superheroes. That was the JIDE she knew. But then she remembered the sketchbook, the violent images, the police investigation, the fingerprints. And suddenly she wasn't sure what to believe anymore. The uncertainty frightened her more than anything else. Because if JIDE was innocent, she needed to protect him. But if he wasn't, then she didn't know who her son really was. As doubts grew within the family, detectives continued searching for answers elsewhere. And soon, they would discover that JIDE and Ton weren't the only students hiding secrets. Someone else knew more about the murder than they were saying. Someone who had been silent from the very beginning. Someone named Sadiq. While reviewing witness statements late one night, a detective noticed something strange. Sadiq's account of the day Ton died didn't match the statements given by other students. The more they looked into it, the more suspicious it became. And when officers went to question him again the following morning, Sadiq was nowhere to be found.